We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
Hello and welcome to High School Famous, the podcast where we might talk about high school, but hopefully we will not. I haven't done that in a while. My name is Matt.
I'm Sean. I have a feeling we probably will.
You think we'll talk about it this time?
Well, I don't know, just because of an upcoming event, but we don't have to mention it if we don't want. Maybe when it gets closer.
Perhaps. I mean, it's just about a month away.
A month out, but we're just going to leave it as it for now.
Yes.
To not talk about the thing we don't want to talk about.
I mean,
on this thing-related podcast. It's thing-themed.
I can say that. I guess every episode is themed of some sort of thing. No, I wouldn't say that. I take it back. I immediately take that back.
There are several episodes that are not based on anything whatsoever.
Or they're just random.
This might be one of those things, those episodes.
Well, let's dive into it and find out, shall we?
Yeah, first piece of news is that very exciting. I'm not sitting in a chair right now.
Oh, yeah, Sean is standing.
I'm standing on my feet. I currently have one foot planted flat on the floor, and the other leg is swung in front of it with its toe on the floor, and my knee kind of bent.
Sort of like
how you
dainty.
would do that and you would lean. I don't think that's dainty. It's just relaxed.
Okay.
When you do that, then you kind of lean on something like a wall. You lean your elbow on something. That's what I'm doing right now. And then eventually I'll switch legs. So it's not
Would
to
you
put
say that you have, it's like some sort of swagger, like you're standing with a swagger?
Does swagger require movement?
No, just because it has sway in the...
Well, you could be completely still and have swagger.
I would believe so, yeah.
Then I would say that would be standing with some amount of swagger.
Okay.
Incorporated into the stance.
Gotcha.
Yep.
The definition of swagger is to walk or behave in a very confident and typically arrogant or aggressive way.
Ooh.
Are you feeling arrogant in your stance?
No, I don't know. I don't feel arrogant. I feel kind of like right now I'm using my arms on the table here to support my upper half. So I would say that's not so confident or arrogant in my stance. I'd say it's more like I need all the help I can get.
So the weird thing is that was the verb definition of swagger. The
like
noun
swagger,
I guess. Yeah, it's
like stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
He swaggered along the corridor.
Oh.
Then the noun version is a very confident and typical arrogant or aggressive gait or manner, such as they strolled around the camp with an exaggerated swagger. And then the adjective is denoting a coat or jacket cut with a loose flare from the shoulders.
Say the adjective one again.
Denoting a coat or jacket cut with a loose flare from the shoulders.
Like that's a swaggery jacket, or
I don't know.
Or that jacket has
maybe that jacket has swag.
Has swagger. Like Matt, your glasses have swagger.
No, they definitely do not. Because they are not a coat or jacket.
Your newsboy cap has swagger.
Like this specifically says a coat or jacket, so I'm wondering if anything but a coat or a jacket could have swagger or be swagger.
What's the source of this definition?
Dictionary.com.
It's pretty official.
Yeah, I trust it.
A coat or jacket is the only article of clothing that could be described as swaggered.
I mean, that's what's here.
Are these definitions dated or like time-stamped? Like, do you know, can you see when it was admitted or submitted into the dictionary.com
Early
database?
16th century is where the word derives from. Yeah, it derives from the word swag.
Even the adjective
century.
Even the adjective form?
I mean, that much I don't know.
How many people do you think that I'm sure that the word is used, if it's used as an adjective, it's not applied to just coats or jackets. I'm sure it's being incorrectly used this day.
Perhaps.
Is this a word that needs to morph with the times and adopt other articles of clothing into the official definition?
Well, I mean, I feel like it has without the definition being updated.
What I mean is, does the definition need to be updated?
I mean, does it matter?
Well, no. But if this, it's one of those things where if it's used commonly in a certain way, but then someone gets tested on the word, and they don't specifically say that it's referring to a jacket or coat, they would get points knocked off, but then they would argue, well, no, we all use it this way. So in order to conform with current zeitgeist, I would say that the definition would need to update to match the way the word's used popularly.
Gotcha.
I guess this is this a fight that needs to be fought? Are people using the word swagger much to describe their clothing?
Probably not. I think the shortened version of just swag gets used. I mean, I don't know if, that's the other thing, is swag was being used a few years ago quite a bit, but I'm not sure if people are really saying swag a lot anymore.
Because swag was like stuff, even. Like if you were at, let's say you're a celebrity that's at some kind of,
right.
Pre or party, after party or whatever, different products would be given to them in bags, and that all that stuff could be called swag. Or if you worked for a company, let's say you worked for a company and that company got a client, and that client was, business A, and business A provided all the employees of that company with, a couple things from that company. That would be, company A swag. Yeah, I mean, I bet you that's still used.
Do you think there's a company out there that's called Company A?
No, I don't think there is. I'm going to go on record. You're going to search Company A, and it's going to come up with a definition for a company.
Probably. I'm typing in Company A. LinkedIn.com. It's a computer software company in Irvine, California.
Of course, it's a tech company.
Mm-hmm.
What are their most notable products? What does Company A have to offer the world?
I'm not even going to look into that. I did just look up a list of some of the most fun words to say.
Oh, good. Let's hear them.
I want to see if they're really fun to say. First word, badassery.
Now, if you recall, I think that when I did your very difficult to read news of those difficult words with easy definitions, wasn't jackassery on that list?
Yeah, I think so.
Very similar to badassery. What do you think is more fun to say of those two words? Jackassery or badassery?
I think I like jackassery better.
Yeah.
Personally.
I wonder if jackassery is further down the list.
Plus jackassery could be like a dude's name.
Yeah. That's a good character name for something.
Yeah.
Watch out, Your Highness. It's jackassery.
Yeah, he's gonna get all your sweets.
the royal sweets?
He's here to steal the royal sweets.
Ribbon candies.
Blithery?
Ooh. Are there definitions to go along with these, or they just have the words?
Yeah. So badassery was behavior or quality of being cool and tough. And that definition... Yeah. That definition immediately makes it not cool or tough.
I know. Yeah. Why the definition of jackassery is one who steals the royal sweets.
And then there's also sentences, which makes it worse.
Like examples?
Yeah, that kind of badassery is enviable. It's the sentence.
That's better. I was gonna say unrivaled.
I almost read it as inevitable, which would have been weird.
Based on his current trajectory,
this
is some inevitable badassery.
And then blithering, blithering. Blithering? Oh, blithering. Talking without making sense. He sounds like a blithering idiot.
Blithering.
Yeah, blithering. Yeah, I've never seen it written out before. Yeah, so I've never seen it written out before, so that's why I like blithering.
You know what? Learning the correct pronunciation immediately made it less fun to say.
Yeah.
I'd rather say blithering than blithering. But
But-
maybe I'm a
but then-
blithering idiot.
Yeah, but then everybody will say you're a blithering idiot for pronouncing it blathering.
Yes. That would be the ultimate poetic justice.
The next fun word to say, Sean, is
Mhm.
bougie.
Oh, that's a very fun word.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Slang for acting like you are a higher social status.
And that's only if you act as such. But you can be of a higher social status and be bougie, be acting bougie, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to be a low class status to, there's a lot of high class people that are bougie.
Can you be in the process of bouging?
I mean, if you're currently being bougie, I guess you are bouging.
Yeah. I was attacked mid bouge.
I think these are definitely in alphabetical order.
I was assaulted mid bouge.
So
I requested the assault take place post bouge.
we're gonna, all right, I'm going to stop reading the sentences that they provide and just use the Sean sentences.
Oh, great.
Well, I mean,
Now I'm
you're
required
throwing
to
sentences
say,
out there.
yeah, but now it's like, okay, now I have to make one for this word. Let's go. All right, moving along.
The next word is dough.
Dough.
Express frustration at own stupidity. So it's Homer's.
So it's Homer's word. It's Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D''OH.
Yeah. I mean, that's just all by itself. You just say dough. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't accompany that with anything
the
before or
sample is
after
just
it.
dough. Why did I do that?
Oh.
I feel like
where
this
am I?
next word.
Dough.
Is something,
Where are my manners?
I feel like this next word is something you've actually used or have said before. Ignoramus.
Possibly. I have not said or used that word. I've seen it or heard it used in something.
This sentence is weird.
That's just saying someone's basically a dumb person, right?
Yeah, someone dumb.
Like they're an idiot. They're
Yeah.
a blithering ignoramus.
Ooh.
Dough, I am such a blithering ignoramus, I forgot to attack post bouge.
This sentence isn't much better. Did you see that ignoramus lick the cereal box?
What? Lick the cereal box. Okay.
No idea. The next fun word to say, Sean, is flatulent.
I don't have any fun. I don't find any joy in saying that word.
Definition is having gas in the body.
We're always flatulent then, right?
Like, that definition's just bad.
Like the act of breathing makes you more or less flatulent.
True.
Yeah.
Nincompoop.
Again, these are more subjective lists on what's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't find any of these that fun to say. The definition or the sample sentence is your brother is a complete nincompoop.
Very good. I hope the writer of that got paid a lot.
Noob. That's a fun one to say, right? Noob.
Sure. Any
For
any
a person
preteen,
who is new or lacks experience.
any preteen gamer really loves
Total
to throw that
noob.
one out. Yeah. I've heard songs that feature the word noob.
Were they songs that your son likes to listen to? Because they're all like, he listens to weird YouTube gamer people.
Correct.
Nailed
Don't
it.
call me a noob. Don't call me a noob. I've been around the world more times than you. Or I've been around the block more times than you.
Okay. I was going to say, if they're going around the world, it's within a video game, so it doesn't really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't qualify as world travelers.
So then there's poppycock and whippersnapper. I think we're just, but the last word is zoozled.
Ooh, I've not heard zoozled.
Yeah.
I've heard of bamboozled.
It just means drunk. He got zoozled last night.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that is 100% made up.
Well, I mean, we want
And that
to
was
go with the argument that all words are made up.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying like it's not a word anybody's ever used before. It was made up specifically for this list.
For this list? It
Yeah,
could be.
there's more. There's more. I just scrolled down more. So this first one was fun words you can say every day. So
I can't use the word. I can't use the word nincompoop or ignoramus every day.
No, these are fun words you can use every day.
Okay,
So
let
you
me
can
know,
start using those every day now.
Let me know.
just so you're
those
aware.
I can use every day.
Every day. Yeah. And now there's a list of fun words you can add to your vocabulary.
Wasn't the previous list of words supposed to do that?
I mean, well, those ones you can use every day. These ones you can add to your vocabulary.
And how often can I use them once they're added?
I don't know. It doesn't. It's. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I don't think you could possibly figure out how to use some of these next words every day, because the first word is alakazam.
I can take up magic.
Yep, it's just a magic word used for conjuring specifically.
Used for not just an exclamation to let the audience know you're done with your trick.
However, the sentence immediately has nothing to do with conjuring. Because it's alakazam, you're a chicken now. It would have to be, there's a chicken now.
Yep. So, if you turned someone into a chicken and you said, alakazam, you're a chicken now, there would be no point in saying that whatsoever.
Because it wouldn't understand it.
It wouldn't understand you saying that unless you retained your own brain.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
You were still you as a chicken. I guess it depends on the magician. And which version of that trick they performed. I'm sure there's a version where the person becomes a chicken that has the mind of a chicken and can understand and know what a chicken knows. There's probably a version where the person turns into a chicken. Yeah,
I feel like if you're willing to turn somebody into a chicken, right? You obviously have something. Well, you obviously have something against this person, right? You're like, screw this, I'm making them a chicken now.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the more torturous thing you can do to them is to turn them into a chicken, but let them maintain their consciousness and their knowledge and everything in their brain, because then now they're trapped inside of a chicken's body and they can't do anything about it.
That would be pretty horrific.
Yeah. And then you'd be eating feed and, but it'd be gross to you.
Would it though? You'd have the chicken's taste buds.
Yeah.
You would just have to get over the mental hurdle of eating chicken feed.
Right.
Accepting that it's going to be something that you're going to enjoy from now on. Another act of cruelty to add to that, if you want, after turning them into a chicken with the human consciousness, is to print out a list of these fun words to add to your vocabulary.
Yep. Do we even want to keep doing this?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of these words are...
I mean, I can just pick some fun ones.
Yeah.
Or I'll just skim through them faster, because the next one's argle-bargle.
I like that word so far.
Slang for a verbal argument. Enough with this argle-bargle.
Are there non-verbal arguments?
Well, I guess nowadays with, trolling people online and stuff.
Sure. So that cannot be called an argle-bargle.
No.
A textle-bextle?
Could be that.
Yeah. That nincompoop was acting so bougie, we got into quite the argle-bargle. Alakazam.
This next word is barbigerous.
Barbigerous?
Barbigerous. Barbigerous.
Barbigerous.
Just means bearded.
Now, why do words like this exist when there's the word bearded, which is recognized and easy to say? Why does someone come up with a more complicated unknown word to describe the same exact thing?
Okay, so some of these words, seriously, again, I feel like they are not real things. Like, these are all very fake. Bun burying.
Well, I often get quite zoozled and I find myself bun burying on pretty much every weekend.
Oh, so you find yourself avoiding duties by claiming to have fake appointments with fictitious people?
Correct. All while zoozled.
Because that's what bun burying is.
That's fake.
That is ridiculous. You're not going to meet Spider-Man. You're just bun burying.
That's the
sample sentence.
I want to use that word now.
Right.
I don't necessarily want to use argle-bargle as much, because that an argument has to happen for you to be able to use that word. You can't just throw it in. Like, we have some friends who will often say they're going to attend something or be a part of something, and then they never show up.
Yeah.
I can accuse them of bun burying.
True. Like when we had Mikey tell us that he was going to be joining us for a gaming session, but then he went and fell asleep.
Yeah, classic bun bury.
Yeah,
I mean that was textbook bun burying.
I mean, in the end, yeah, he did fall asleep.
He did. I don't care how barbigerous he is. Bun burying, there's no excuse for it. That's some straight up. That's not even. I wouldn't call that badassery by any stretch.
You're just trying to use as many of these. Every time I bring up a bunch of words, you just try to shove all the words into one big sentence.
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta remember to stop bringing up words.
Stop mentioning words, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm example man.
Well, let's jump through like gobbledygook, hornswoggle, jabberwocky, which apparently is not just a like dragon type creature. It's a nonsensical speech or writing.
It's also a dance crew.
True.
The Jabberwockies.
Kerfuffle, which I think is a way better way to say like a fight.
Like a fight,
yeah. State of disorder or confusion.
That's what that means?
Yeah.
A kerfuffle is a state of order or confusion.
State of disorder.
State of disorder or confusion.
Yeah.
So it's not a fight.
Yeah, it'd be really weird. It'd be really weird if it was a state of order or confusion.
That's why I was asking. So it's not a fight.
One or the other. No, but I mean disorder. A fight can be disorder.
Right. Because I was going to say, what's the difference then between like a tussle and a kerfuffle? But a kerfuffle is not necessarily describing a fight.
Yeah, tussle's not on the list, so I don't know.
You could be, let's say you fall asleep on a train and you wake up and you don't realize you don't realize where you are because you didn't know you fell asleep. You could be in a kerfuffle then because you're in a state of confusion for a moment.
True.
Or if you just got alakazammed into a chicken, total state of kerfuffle in that moment. You're in quite the kerfuffle, and you're probably never gonna be zoozled again. Poor chicken.
Sean, one of your favorite words, onomatopoeia.
I wouldn't go that far. I like it.
All right, well, fine. Moving on.
Slam, bang, pow.
The next word is the definition of this word is not what you think it's going to be. Because the word is
you're making a big presumption.
Okay, Sean. The word is pooter.
Pooter, and the definition of pooter clearly
P-O-O-T-E-R.
Well, that's clearly a capsized hang glider. That's been bedazzled before flight, prior to flight.
Nope, it's actually a special jar. I don't know why it's got to be a special jar. It's a special jar used for collecting small insects. Why does that have to have a name?
Yeah, because I guess I would have to state an example.
Is there a company out there that makes pooters?
Oh yeah.
Is there a pooter company?
Yeah.
Like specifically, that's all we make is pooters.
Well, I would like to be someone that collects insects, right, for these jars, and I could be a pooter filler or a pooter stuffer.
And you actually, in that sense, you're going to actually have to also be a pooter collector because you're going to have to collect pooters just to collect the insects.
Well, that's half the fun,
right? How many pooters do you think you have in your possession? Do you have a pooter pantry?
I have a pooter cellar. You got to keep them. You got to keep it temperature controlled.
Oh, I would think a cellar would there be like a moisture issue?
No, you make it so that there isn't.
Oh,
I mean, what are you, an ignoramus?
Yes, I mean,
you're a blithering ignoramus nincompoop who lacks badassery, who is currently the word for bearded.
Okay, this next word, I want to start seeing this the next time there's any sort of political
goings on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read you the definition of this word
before the word. Okay.
And then I want to see if you can have any idea what this word could possibly be. But the definition is a politician guided by personal advantage. So basically, they want to get into whatever position to benefit themselves in whatever way.
I mean, I would just say a politician.
Well, you'd be wrong because that would be a snollygoster.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a great
snollygoster.
word. Snollygoster. That's a great word. I want to start seeing that thrown around on the news.
We should throw some anti-Snollygoster rallies.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to do that, but
we're not.
No, that word's great. Snollygoster.
Oh, that's my favorite so far, Snollygoster.
Yeah. We're going to end on Snollygoster because the next word we already know. So, cool.
I'm just your run-of-the-mill pooter stuffing anti-Snollygoster. Call me Sean for short. I already wrote it down. Don't worry.
As soon as you thought of it?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
this is going to be a thing.
This is it.
All right. Well, that was very off the cuff. Looking
Yeah.
up words, all because I said
Yep.
swagger.
Check your cuff. There'll be no trace of this.
True.
Yep.
I removed all evidence from thy cuffs.
From the cuffs. When it says off the cuff, what is that? What is that? I picture the cuff of a shirt, right? Like where cufflinks go.
I'm assuming that's where it came from. See if they show like origin of the word or some shit.
I believe that's entomology.
Yeah, it has to do with shirts having cuffs. This definition is this is way too long. Stems from the pre-20th century practice of performers jotting lines on their shirt cuffs that provided discrete white spaces for perfunctory notes. So it had to do with performers writing like their lines
On the cuffs of their shirts?
Yeah, like writing their lines on the cuffs of their shirts so they could read them off. If they forgot their lines, they could read their lines off of the. So there you go.
If you say something that's not scripted, it is off the cuff because it's not written on your shirt.
Right. So that's the opposite of what. That's the complete opposite of what the phrase means. Then.
Well, no, but I think it refers to when someone would say something that's not written down, like not part of their lines.
Okay.
If you say what's on the cuff, it's what's scripted and what you wrote down to say. But if you go off script, it's quote unquote off the cuff. It's not written there.
So okay, it goes into more detail. It kind of explains it a little bit more. So it talks about there's a scene in Chaplin's Tramp in that movie, I believe. Oh no, sorry, in the Charlie Chaplin's classic film Modern Times features a scene where Chaplin's Tramp writes lyrics on his shirt cuff only to have them go flying off once he hits the stage, leaving him to improvise to hilarious effect.
Oh, so that's the origin of off the cuff.
I guess so.
The movies that didn't have sound.
I mean, some of Chaplin's movies had sound. That was from 1936. It might have had.
Oh, it might have had sound.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, it might have had sound, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So I'm pretty sure it had sound.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might. It may have.
I'm right that it might have had sound.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's a fact.
Wow, here we are.
What?
I don't know.
So
yeah, the tramp was his character.
Yeah.
In several movies.
I thought there was a movie called The Tramp as well, but maybe I'm thinking of The Jerk.
Well, yeah, there might have been something called The Tramp. There's Lady in the Tramp, which does not feature. Oh, yeah.
It was the prequel for Lady in the Tramp.
The Tramp.
It's called The Tramp. Yeah, just followed the dog around, and it's his origin story, how he became a homeless dog.
A homeless human?
No, he's
in
dog.
Clothes that didn't fit. Oh, wait a minute.
I was talking about
how this human.
How did you not follow this at all?
So the human becomes a homeless dog.
I'm talking about a completely fake movie
called The Tramp.
That's called The Tramp, and it was the prequel story to Lady and the Tramp, and it follows that dog and his origin story.
Oh, so I was picturing.
It's not funny now because I had to explain it.
Well, that's
it was
why.
hilarious before that.
Yeah, I was picturing Charlie Chaplin's The Tramp character.
Oh no,
becoming a homeless dog.
No, that's not nearly
Which to me
hilarious.
Is a much better. To me, it's a much better movie. Do you want to make that? We can make that. We should write that movie.
I mean, we could definitely do that. I mean, you're shaking your head. No, I mean, I'm saying we could. It's an option. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Are we going to? No.
No.
But we could.
You're right. You're right. You're all things right, Matt. Everything about you is right.
Yep. Every angle, every turn. Those are all the rights I can think of.
Every form of expression. Get it? I use a different right.
Oh, gotcha.
'Cause that's my right.
So, Sean, I apparently brought words to the table. Do you have anything? Do you have anything that you'd like to bring to the table today?
Well, we could either look up we can review some of the strangest sports quote unquote, in the world, or we can figure out how masculine or feminine you are based on a quiz on playbuzz.com.
How many questions is this quiz?
I think it's 8. I think it's 8 questions.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad then. I was thinking like if it was like this 30 question quiz, that would just take forever. I'd be like, we have to dedicate an episode to this. We have to dive into my masculine or femininity. I nailed it. I got it. It's good. We're good. Smooth. Just move right past that. We're just sailing past my issues.
By saying we're sailing past it, you're actually keeping us on that. You're not actually moving us beyond. Okay.
No, you brought us back. We were well past it. You just brought us back.
We were not past it.
We had sailed fully past it.
All I did was I did nothing to progress it past. We failed to sail.
We sailed past it.
We failed past it.
Oh,
we're still here.
I hoisted the main jib.
We're dead center on this thing.
And
you're hoisting my dead center.
I'm trying to think of more nautical terms.
I have a dead center.
I think we all have a dead center.
Okay. So going into this, how masculine or feminine or gender neutral do you think you are before you take the quiz here?
So okay. That already is flawed because masculinity or femininity has nothing to do with gender.
Correct. Really. I'm just going off of the gender quiz.
Yeah. So
how masculine do you think you are? On a scale of
gender fluidity has nothing to do with masculinity or femininity.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how masculine do you think you are?
On a scale of 1 to masculine. Oh God. People are going to hate that I said on a scale of 1 to masculine. Basically saying feminine.
Feminine is the low end of the scale. On a scale of feminine being 0 and masculine being 10.
So my thing is I already have a good feeling that because this was off BuzzFeed?
Playbuzz.
Playbuzz. Okay, not even fucking BuzzFeed, which is
not
more popular of a website.
Right.
I'm going to have a feeling that this quiz is going to be severely flawed. So I'm slightly afraid to answer because I don't know what it'll end up giving me. But I would say I'm probably lean heavier towards the masculine side.
Okay. Just going off of your demeanor and how long it took you to answer that simple question about yourself and the fact that you said that you feared, you were afraid to answer it.
Your opinion.
I'm going to go way lower. I'm going to say you're a 4.
Wow. So you're saying fear is a feminine quality?
Your approach was very it lacked confidence.
Oh, so women don't have confidence, so that's why I'm leaning more towards the feminine side? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's just leaning away from the masculine side.
But leaning away from the masculine side means I have to lean towards the feminine side.
No. You could be leaning toward the neutral side.
No, because you can't lean towards the middle.
If you're positioned
in
between the middle,
to lead towards the middle means I'm still leaning more towards the feminine side because you have to get closer to the feminine side to meet the middle. Correct. So therefore, You're saying that not being confident is more of a feminine quality than a masculine quality.
Look, it's not their fault.
Yours.
All right, let's get to it. If you're working on an important project and your friend calls you upset, not they say you're upset, but they call you as in an upset state.
No, yeah.
Perhaps in a bit of a kerfuffle. What do you do? First choice, I drop what I'm doing and talk to them. I tell them I'm busy, but will talk to them for a few minutes. Or I tell them I'm busy and will call them back when I'm free. Your friend calls you upset while you're working on an important project. Do you talk to them now for a lengthy period of time? Say you're busy, but you'll talk to them briefly, or just say that you'll call them back because you're busy.
Man, it's really gonna depend on. So this is an important project.
It says you are working on an important project.
Important project. So I mean, there's so many factors involved because the important project might not have like a timely deadline. It just might be something that's very important to me that I'm working on,
Sure.
where I would have time to stop and work on do something else. I would, not knowing the deadline of this important project, assuming that it could either be, time sensitive or not, I would probably do the second one where hey, I'm pretty busy. I can talk for a few minutes to start with. And then if I need to get off, I'll get off. If I, you know what I mean? Don't look at me like that. If I need to get off the phone.
No. That's not what I was even.
But maybe, yeah, I guess, I mean.
You're trying to kind of have two answers here. You're trying to say.
Yeah, I know.
I'll start off talking to them briefly, but if I need to keep going, I'll keep going.
Because there's the question is flawed because there's so many factors into what you could do. So I guess
just pick
it also
one.
depends on the friend. Is this a good friend, a close friend, or just kind of an acquaintance friend?
It's an attractive female friend.
Well, her attractiveness doesn't matter. If they're a friend, if they're a friend, I'm not going to look at them that way.
You're such a girl. What is it? Tell me an answer.
I'm prolonging this to piss you off at this point.
Well, you're like, how many questions is this? Is this a lot of questions? Because we don't have all day. And it's taking you half an hour to answer the first fucking question.
It's taken me 4 minutes. I would probably drop what I was doing and talk to the person.
Okay, so you drop what you're doing? Okay. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. Question number 2.
When I set down what I'm working, do I have to drop it?
It doesn't specify. If you want to say drop
factors.
Literally.
There's just so many factors in that first question. I feel like I couldn't possibly answer it properly. Number 2.
Your popsicle stick church is going to break into pieces here. Okay.
That doesn't seem very important.
Depends on who you are.
And why would that be time sensitive?
So, because the contest, the deadline to turn in your submission is a week. You have a week? Okay. And you still have to eat the rest of the popsicles. Okay. What's your opinion on changing tongue depressors? They're called tongue depressors. What is your opinion? What's your feeling on changing plans last minute? It bugs me. It's totally fine with me. Or I love it when plans change. It's exciting.
It is. Wow. That one's tough and I'm not trying to be a dick this time. That's actually kind of tough because sometimes it doesn't bother me and then other times it does. I guess it really depends on the plans, but I'll just say for the most part, it usually doesn't bother me.
Okay. I know what answer it definitely isn't, which is I love it when plans change. It's exciting because you love nothing and nothing excites you. Okay. Third question.
Wait, hold on. How can I both love nothing and have nothing excite me all at the same time?
How is that not possible? You don't love anything and you're not excited by anything. It's not a one or the other thing.
Well, because you said you love nothing,
right? And nothing excites you.
Okay, yeah, those are two one
very
and the same
things.
They're one and the same.
What's your ideal dinner conversation? A heated debate about politics?
Already know.
You snollygoster, you. Hearing about everyone's plans for the
Snollygoster.
Oh. I didn't connect the O fully.
Snollygoster is super racist.
Has to do with black wind. Hearing about everyone's plans for the summer or peaceful small talk.
Holy crap. Those are all horrible options.
I was going to say, you cannot choose none of the above. It's not there.
I usually only like, disruptive and caustic small talk.
So heated debate on politics.
No, that's never small talk. No, I guess I'll go with the peaceful small talk is kind of the best of those options. I don't care what people's plans are for the summer.
Gotcha. Question number 4 of 8.
That's just bullshit you write in the back of a yearbook.
Is it your summer plans? All you write in the yearbook is let's hang out this summer. You don't even say what your plans are.
Have a nice summer.
Yeah. Which of the following is most true? I always do what I say. People can depend on me. I sometimes do what I say. I should emphasize, I sometimes do what I say. I sometimes do what I say. Or I rarely do what I say. I like to stay flexible. So there's, I always do what I say. People can depend on me. I sometimes do what I say, or I rarely do what I say. I'm flexible, which
That's
tagging
not,
that with I'm flexible is not, it's like, it's kind of an excuse, or it's not
yeah.
a
I'm
valid
flexible.
cop-out.
I'm flexible and unreliable and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a
yeah.
bad person.
Well, I know I said I
would-
was going to do that. I know I said I was going to pick you up at the airport, but I'm flexible. Someone asked me to someone asked me to dinner for some small talk, peaceful small talk.
I would say I sometimes do what I say. That has nothing to do with me being a reliable or unreliable person to other people, but a lot of times just to myself. Like, hey, I'm going to go on this bike ride, and then I don't. So I sometimes do what I say.
You're sometimes flexible.
Yeah, when I've
Okay.
been stretching.
This is similar to the first question, so I don't know why it's here.
Cool.
Your friend calls you in tears. How do you handle it? I ask them what's wrong, then try to get them to stop crying as fast as I can. I perk up a bit. I'm good at listening to people when they're upset.
That's messed up. Okay.
Yeah. I listen to what they say, but I don't get too invested.
Yeah, number one, I definitely try to
Get him to shut up.
Well, I mean that
Calm down.
the way that's worded is just like try to make them
Right.
stop crying as fast as possible.
Yeah.
No, like I would try to cheer people up.
I mean, the quickest way to get them to stop crying at you is to hang up.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's
right,
a
I'm
little bit
selecting my
more
answer.
insensitive.
What phrase reflects your overall goal for this life? I want to create a better world for everyone in general. I want to create a better world through my personal abilities and talents. I want to create a better world for me and my family.
Those are all bad options. Why do they all have to involve creating a better world?
I know.
Who cares about the world?
Hopefully,
Environmentalists.
everyone.
Environmentalists. Yeah.
Environmentalists do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
PETA.
I would probably
I want to point out
say
this. It should say, I want to create a better world for my family and me, not me and my family. Play Buzz.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's listening and they're going to go fix that right away.
It just changed.
It's some Wikipedia fast type stuff.
I didn't even have to hit refresh.
I would say the second one.
I want to create a better world through my personal abilities and talents.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Good. Number 7.
That just means the world ain't going to get better.
Yeah. Why do you create things?
I was like, why do you cry?
No, that's the question.
Is this a survey question that I have to fill in the answer?
No. Why do you create things? Out of a yearning for something more or better, to know that I finished something, or I enjoy the process.
Probably I enjoy the process when it comes to like, for instance, this podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's
real convincing.
It's not to get recognition, that's for damn sure.
Real convincing on that one. All right, last question. This is your last chance to redeem yourself here. When does inspiration usually hit for you? When I'm thinking on my own? When I'm talking with my friends? Or I get inspired from both processes?
Both, for sure.
I get inspired from both processes. Mm-hmm. Spinning circle full of dots, calculating results. What do you think you got, Matt? Do you think you got feminine, masculine, or gender neutral? That's because the answer that popped up was one of those 3 things.
Well, I would hope so.
Like no, but it wasn't like a number scale or anything like that.
Oh, so it's not like I'm mostly this, but also slightly that. It's just I am one or the other.
Yeah. The other.
Considering my answers on this obviously very thorough 8-question survey,
goes deep into your psyche.
I would guess maybe neutral.
You are gender neutral! ! According to your reactions to those hypothetical situations, you are gender neutral. This means that you feel both masculine and feminine, or actually neither. You're just you.
Wow. I've learned so much, yet so little.
Now, since these were complete hypothetical situations, I do feel like you took them a little too seriously. Considering you said that you feared answering the questions, which of course makes you more feminine.
Again, you're taking a very strong stance today.
A very masculine stance, one would say.
Very, very wide. Yeah, very wide-legged stance.
Yeah. It'd be very difficult to sit next to me on a couch.
Speaking of wide-legged stances, we went to Wicker Park Fest yesterday. You'll find out. Listen to the story.
So now so far this summer, you've been to a taco fest or street fest. Oh, and then also a park fest.
Well, it's called Wicker Park Fest because it takes place in Wicker Park, which is a neighborhood.
Makes sense, right?
It's a street fest, still on the street.
They just call it Wicker. It's called Park Fest or Wicker Park Fest.
Wicker Park Fest.
Gotcha.
They closed down like a 2 or 3 block chunk of Milwaukee Avenue, and then there's vendors and shops and stuff, and a big stage with a band that was playing at this particular time, a band was playing. So it was technically multiple bands all playing because it was the School of Rock Chicago playing. So it was a bunch of kids, but they would shuffle out depending on the song they were playing. Like different kids would come out and play different stuff, and they would kind of switch the lineup throughout like the entire thing. But they were playing all covers of like a bunch of older songs and like some nothing like super new really. I think like early 2000s was about like the newest song they played.
Okay.
So they played that what's that
I would describe music
the early yeah. Shit. Early 2000s rock band, Evanescence. I was gonna say rock band with the female singer. Yeah. So they played that very popular Evanescence song, where that dude guest vocals that "Wake Me Up" song.
Save me.
Yeah. So that song, they start playing that song, and there's this like older gentleman, probably late 40s, early 50s.
Oh, even older,
and just all of a sudden he's just standing there. His legs, his gait just gets way wide as he's standing there with his legs just spread way out, just tapping one toe and just like rocking out to it the entire time.
I mean, was he bracing himself for the awesomeness?
I don't know what he was doing. It was pretty ridiculous.
He was trying to do the splits.
Yeah, they played a lot of songs I didn't recognize. And then they played a couple 90s hits. So they played like the Cranberries' Zombie.
Sure.
And then they played I want to make sure I got the band right, but they played the song Cult of Personality.
Oh yes.
Which is I think Color Me Bad. No, not Color Me Bad. I feel Living Color.
Yes. They were a rock group.
Color Me Bad was a different musical group.
That was their big hit. That was their big hit.
That was their big hit. They were all black rock band, but they played that. That was super unexpected. All of a sudden that guitar riff started kicking, and we're just like, oh shit. And like that was the song that like people cheered for at the end when that was done. They did a pretty good job of it too.
When that song came on, that guy's stance was crazy wide, I bet.
I didn't see him at that point. I think he kind of walked off. But there was like people at like the beer
around.
tent. Yeah.
He starts spinning around really fast and then just helicoptered away.
Yeah, he's helicoptered up. But no, like
gotta find my car.
The people at the beer tent like stopped and just watched. Like they weren't even like they like stopped selling beer. They're just like, no, wait.
Can I get it? Hold on.
Yeah, no. Cult of Personalities.
Personality. I think I got that wrong.
It's pretty. It's so spot on. Their guitars were terrible. They had the worst guitars.
Yeah, they sounded like a person mimicking guitar.
But right before, like right as the band came on, like so we got there actually just before the fest opened because we didn't realize it opened at noon, and we were already in that area before that. So then we like walked in. We're like, oh, there's not people asking for donations and like checking bags and stuff. So we just like started walking down the street. We're like, oh, it doesn't open for like another 15 minutes. All right. So we just walked around in there for a little while, and then it started getting busy. And then as soon as they came on, I think they must have been scheduled right at noon. And they're like, all right, guys, we're here. We're the School of Rock Chicago, and we got a 2-hour set. We're like, what?
Whoa.
Which I guess, I mean, they can do it because they're swapping people out so much that nobody's really getting fatigued. So they had a 2-hour set.
I wonder how much like time someone would have in between having to go back out on stage. You know, is it
some of them had one song in between, like
enough for a bathroom break? Really?
Yeah, go back for 3 or 4 minutes, and yeah, they had water and stuff back there. But it was hot as hell out. So we got there. We ended up leaving. Because it started at noon, and I think we ended up leaving at about roughly 2:30. We were there for a couple hours, and it was just uncomfortably hot out, though.
Yeah,
but I don't remember why I brought that up. Oh, wide leg stance. Got it.
Wide leg stance.
Yep.
Helicopter away. I just had the worst time once. I went to Parallel Park Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Super frustrating. It was just so hard to get in there and get out of there when you had to leave. Lots of people backed up. Lots of yelling and honking. Lots of insurance claims.
Cool. Great.
I wanted a strong closer.
Do you constantly... Well, you chose the wrong thing.
Well, you were snooze. You were, our listeners were counting sheep during your story about, there was this band that, guess what? There was a lot of people and they swapped in and out and they played different songs while they were there.
Was it any worse than your parallel park joke?
Yes. Mine was short and sweet.
Only because you weren't telling a real story.
Right.
Man, I left out the best part too. So
it was super hot.
I had a foot-long corn dog.
Did you? Oh, did you put ketchup on it and mustard?
I did not. I put mustard on it. Mustard.
Just mustard? Wow.
Just mustard.
Why just mustard?
Because it was more within reach than the ketchup. Oh. Yeah.
So it's just out of sheer convenience. You're like, you know what? I like ketchup more than mustard, but man, this mustard is just so close. And
pretty much,
I don't really reach for, I don't really go for what I want in life. So no ketchup for me today.
I was just fine without the ketchup. It's not that I necessarily did or didn't want it.
It says you're gender neutral, but I don't know.
Oh, are you taking a stance again?
I'm going to rethink.
Are you going to say something?
I'm going to rethink the results of this quiz.
I mean, you can rethink them all you want. The results are there.
The one result is there. It's one result.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I took the test again, I'd get the same result because I wouldn't change my answers unless the result is just a magic 8-ball at the end and it just picks whatever it wants.
Yeah. So let's say that question came up. Would you have answered honestly? You're eating a corn dog and your favorite condiment is slightly out of reach, but a condiment you don't like as much is close by. What do you do?
You're making an assumption that I don't like mustard as much as I like ketchup.
Do you?
I like them both just the same. Just depends on what I'm eating.
So
like I don't dip fries in mustard, obviously, but
let's say you're having a corn dog.
Yeah.
And all the possible condiments for a corn dog are equally within reach. What do you apply to your corn dog? But you can only choose one.
I can only choose one. I'd actually probably it's going to depend on the day. It would be either ketchup or mustard, but it's going to depend on the day. It just depends on whatever I'm in the mood for that day.
I will never go for mustard first.
Well, you probably don't really care for mustard that much.
I will have mustard with ketchup, on something.
But you'd never put mustard on something?
No.
I'll do just mustard on things all the time.
When I eat my corn dogs, I eat them plain. I don't put anything on them.
Wow, you fucking dry corn dog eater. You sick son of a bitch.
I don't like it to go down smooth. I don't want any lubrication.
You're a monster.
I want tissue to be ripped.
What tissue is involved in this? You are a fiend.
You're a diabolical fiend.
You can't be trusted anymore.
So today, the day that we're recording is Sunday. What is it? The 24th or 25th?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
It's the 25th.
So today technically is anyone taking notice to our TikTok posts. Today would be the day that we choose, or is the deadline to share and comment and like a certain post involving a T-shirt giveaway.
You must do all three things.
Correct. What are you doing?
None of your business.
Okay.
I was just going into the post.
Oh, so yeah. So at some point today, we may announce a winner.
Yeah. Well, today being Sunday or today being Tuesday, the day this episode posts. I'm sorry, I missed that part.
I don't know. Well, at some point today, I'll have to decide on a time when I want to say no more. No more entries are allowed. And
today, Sunday.
Today, as in Sunday, the 25th of July.
So by the time anybody is listening to this, it's too late.
The decision will have been made. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too late.
I think at this point right now, there's a very clear winner.
Correct. There's a very clear winner. Do you know who that winner is?
I'm looking at it right now, and it's Eric.
No, it isn't.
No. Well,
no.
There's a comment from Eric on there, and there's a comment from me and a comment from you.
Correct. But what three things did someone have to do in order to be eligible to win?
So you're the only one. You're the only winner.
I'm the clear winner of this contest because
you're the only one who liked, commented, and shared.
Yep, I'm the only one that did all three things and also follow.
I only liked and commented.
Right. I think Eric did both as well, but I was the only one who shared the video.
Are you going to buy yourself a shirt?
I think I was going to probably order a shirt anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess this way it can come out of the podcast fund, so you'd have to give me half.
I'm not paying you half.
You'd have to pay for half
you
of the
a fucking shirt. No, I refuse.
Well, if I'm the winner and it's being provided by
if we would have had, say, 5 or 6 people do this, would you have put mine and your names into the drawing? And then we would have been like, yeah, exactly. So
no.
So again, even though nobody has achieved this goal, you're not going to be able to you can't throw your name in the hat now.
Well, my name was thrown in at the very beginning when I
but you're not available. But if there's other people, you wouldn't be available to win. So why are you available? You can't be available to win if there's only you.
Well, what's better?
I'm not paying for half of your shirt.
What's better, a giveaway that had no winner or a giveaway that had a winner?
No winner if the winner is the creator of the
giveaway.
Of the giveaway.
I want to get a shirt for half price, and so I want you to pay for half of my shirt.
Well, how about this?
And if we do another giveaway, you can try again.
I still have time to share it right now. Therefore, there's 2 names in the hat, and then we actually have to pick a winner.
Actually, it's after 6 p.m. Central, so.
Yeah, you never determined the time, so you can't do that to me now. And who's to say I didn't already do it? I can.
You didn't do it.
I can do whatever I want. Anyways.
This is the sound of Matt sharing a post.
I don't know if it even went.
Kudos to those who have sat through this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing. Basically what it comes down to, if anything came out of this episode today, it is I am not going to pay for half of Sean's shirt.
Well, you're not going to wear half of my shirt.
I don't want any of your shirt. But if you order one for you, you should probably order one for me.
Then you're paying for half of the order.
Well, yeah, in that case, I'd pay for half the order if I'm buying myself a shirt.
We can order shirts.
I know. We'll talk about it offline.
Oh.
We don't need to discuss that.
Now we've crossed over into what's not, podcast appropriate.
Well, no, I didn't say, not that it's not appropriate. It's just not interesting.
Yeah, none of the last 10 minutes have been interesting either. It's arguably the last hour and 20 minutes. Bye, every corn dog with mustard.
We're on TikTok now, which makes us even cooler. HS Famous. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at HS Famous Pod. Email us directly at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. We have Patreon too, but you'll never go there. Altogether, our hearts beat as one.